Hi class, it's me, Miss Jacobson. I am back for our last math lesson in our fraction unit, which is exciting. So today we're going to be focusing on reviewing our adding of fractions again, adding of fractions with common denominators. Once we do that for a little bit, then we're going to talk a little bit about equivalent fractions, okay? All right, so let's get started. Okay, I'm going to make myself disappear so that way you guys can see the full screen. All right, so we are going to be practicing adding our fractions again today, okay? So we have two fractions here. We have 1/7 plus 3/7. So remember, when we have two fractions that we want to add, the denominators have to be the same, okay? So we double check, 7 and 7 are the same denominator. And remember, when you're adding like fractions, the 7 you don't add the denominator, okay? The denominator remains the same. So the denominator is going to be the number 7 as well, okay? So our 7 is going to be on the bottom, all right? And then on top, we're literally just going to add the numerators, okay? So 1/7 plus 3/7. So we're going to add in 1 plus 3. So what is 1 plus 3? Right, it's 4. So our answer is going to be 4/7, okay? So if we count our shaded parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, we have 4 out of 7, right? Out of the 7 total equal parts that there are, we have 4 that are shaded, okay? So that's how we get that answer. All right, let's do our next one here. All right, let's try this one out. So we have 4/5 plus 1/5, right? So our common denominator, our denominator is 5, that's the same. And because we're adding with common denominators, we don't add up our denominators, okay? We just write 5 and we put our fraction bar, okay? The only thing we need to do now is find our numerator, okay? So our numerator is going to be the number of pieces that are shaded, okay? So we have 4 pieces on this side that are shaded, and we have 1 piece on this side that's shaded, right? So we're going to add up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so it's going to be 5 over 5, right? 5/5, which is also equal to 1 whole, okay? So it'll be 5/5. All right. All right, let's do another one. All right, let's do this one. 2/5 plus 2/5. Okay, our denominator is the same, right? We're not going to be adding our denominator. We're going to be writing it down over here. And remember, these are kind of written strange, but typically when you have fractions, they're written kind of like this, okay? One over top of the other, all right? So we're going to not add our denominators. We don't add the denominators. We just write the denominator over here because this is telling you how many total pieces, right, you're looking at. So we're looking at 5 total pieces. And if we count up the shaded parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, it's going to be 4/5. Okay? All right, guys. Last one. All right. Last one we're going to do together, and then we're going to do some where you try them on your own, okay? So we have 8 in our denominator, 8 in our denominator. We just write the number 8 right over here, okay? Then we add up our numerators. So we take 2 is on top here, right? And then plus 2, right? Because that's on top there. 2 plus 2 is 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 plus 2 is 4, and 4/8 is our answer, okay? All right, so now I'm going to give you guys a chance to try a couple on your own, okay? We're going to go over them together, but I'm going to give you time to work on them, okay? Remember, please pause the video when you, if you need more time, because I'm going to pause the video for a few, I'm going to stop for a few seconds and give you some time, but then I'm going to go over it. So you'll probably need more time than what I'm going to give you. So please just pause the video and then you can play it whenever you're ready to see the answer, okay? All right, so let's start with this one. So 1/5 plus 1/5. What is our answer? 1/5 plus 1/5. Go ahead and do this on the resource sheet that was sent home with you in your paper packet, okay? All right. If you still need more time, please pause the video, but we're going to go over it, okay? So our denominators are both 5. So we're just going to write the number 5 in our answer box, right? On the denominator, okay? So 5's in our denominator, check. Now we add up the numerators. So we have 1 plus 1. 1, 1, that's 2. So 2/5 is our answer for this one. Nice job, guys. All right, let's check out this one. All right, go ahead and give it a try. 3/6 plus 2/6. So remember what we do with the denominator and then what we do with the numerators. All right, guys, I'm ready to go over it. If you need more time, please pause the video. All right, so our denominators, 6, 6, and we're just going to write our 6 right there. Boom. Denominators taken care of, okay? Then we just add our numerators together. So the numbers on top, we have 3 and 2. And if we add 3 plus 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we get 5. And we're going to put that in our numerator. So 5/6 is our answer, okay? Nice job, guys. 5/6. All right, let's do one more together, and then we're going to move on to equivalent fractions, okay? So what is 2/6 plus 2/6? Remember what you do with your denominator and then what you do with your numerator. All right, guys. If you need more time, please pause and then play whenever you're ready, okay? So 2/6 plus 2/6. We have 6 and 6 in the denominator. We don't add the denominator. We simply copy it right there, 6. All right, and then we add the numerators together. So 2 plus 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4/6 or 4/6 is going to be our answer. Okay, nice job, guys. Now I'm going to switch over to do some equivalent fractions practice with you guys. All right, so for this, we're going to be coloring in the equivalent fractions as shown. So in our example here, we have 1/4 equals 2/8. All right, guys, so here's what's tricky. Equivalent fractions are two fractions. They have different denominators and they have different numerators, okay? But they equal the same thing. So, for example, 1/4 takes up this much space, right? So 1/4 is 1/4 of this piece of pie, okay? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, and if you take one piece away, you have 1/4, okay? 1/4. 1/4 is actually the same thing as 2/8. So I'm going to move myself over here. It's actually the same thing as 2/8. So if we look here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 equal pieces in this pie, okay? But 2, if we fill in 2 of these pieces, it's the same as 1/4. All right, so if you can see this here, 1/4 is the same as 2/8, right? It's the same amount. It takes up the same amount of space, and it equals the same thing. So that's called an equivalent fraction. So even though these numbers are different, they actually equal the same thing. Okay? So I'm going to have you guys, so this is what the whole sheet looks like, if you can't see it. It's K through 5 learning, equivalent fractions. Okay? So this is the sheet you need to, this is the sheet that you'll need to have out for this activity together. Okay? All right, so our next, oops, sorry guys, I'm not sure why that happens. All right, so our next equivalent fraction set here this is going to work. Okay, so our next equivalent fraction set here is 6/8 equals 3/4. So I want you guys to color in the equivalent fractions, okay? So, for example, I'll do the first couple with you. So 3/4. All right, so 3/4 means that we have three pieces colored in. All right, so this is colored in. There's 1, 2, this one's colored in, and 3. All right, so we have 3 pieces colored in. 3/4 is the same thing as 6/8. So let's count up 6 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's the same thing. 6/8 is the same thing as 3/4. See, it takes up the same amount of space. It is equal. Okay? It is equal. You see that? Notice how it takes up the same amount of space, right? So 6/8 equals 3/4. So I just want you guys to color in to show me the equivalent fractions. Okay? Let's try another one. All right, I'm going to let you guys try this one, okay? So we have 1/2 and 4/8, okay? So shade in the part on top. So you're shading in the numerator. So this one you'd shade in the 1, right? So we shade in the 1/2. So we shade this one in, right? And then we also shade in 4/8. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So all of this gets shaded in. All right? So that is how we show and display equivalent fractions, right? 1/2 equals or is the same as 4/8. All right, I want you guys to try this one on your own, okay? I'm going to give you some time. Please pause the video because we're going to go through these pretty quickly, okay? All right, let's go over this one. Please pause the video if you are not ready yet, okay? So for this one, we have 1/3 equals 2/6. So let's take 1/3, so one piece of our puzzle here, right? 1, that's going to be shaded in. Then we need 2/6 of this one shaded in. So 1, 2, we shade in this whole section right here. And we're showing equivalent fractions. See? 1/3 is the same thing as 2/6. Nice job, guys. All right, let's do this one over here. Okay, let's do, actually, let's do this one. This one's a bit of a challenge. All right, go ahead and try this one on your own. All right, please pause the video if you're not ready yet. I'm going to go over it now, okay? So we have 4/16 equals 1/4. So let's color in this one first. So one section here is going to be shaded. So 1, shade that in. This one, 4/16 are shaded. So let's count up 4 equal pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have 4 pieces, right? So I'm going to shade in these 4 pieces. All right, and now we're showing equivalent fractions, right? 4/16 is the same as 1/4. You're using 2 different fractions to show the same amount. All right, so I would like you guys, if you can, to try the rest of this sheet on your own. And there's an answer key provided in the packet that was sent home. So please try out number 6, 7, and 8 on your own, okay? Do your best and check the answer key when you're done, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. That is the end of our unit on fractions. Thank you for joining in with us. And I will see you guys next week, okay? All right, bye guys. Keep working hard.